Peace, everybody.
Peace, peace, peace.
How y'all doing?
Amazing, amazing.
Can,
Peace.
can y'all hear that TV in the background? I need to turn it down. Can y'all hear that?
Peace, peace, peace. Faithfully, faithfully. Yeah.
All right, let me turn it down. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today?
Magnifico.
You know it.
Great. How you doing, Shake?
Man,
How
I
you
am
doing,
doing.
everybody?
Man, I'm doing amazing, man. I am doing amazing. We're gonna have a good teaching today. We're gonna do a little recap, and talk about some things that need to be talked on a broader scale. And we'll keep the floor open. We'll try to keep it, the time considerable. Try to go about like an hour and 20, 30 minutes, no longer. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna talk about a little bit more of that SF-180 form. We're gonna jump into the poisonous tree, a little bit of chapter 1 and 2, and then that'll be it. We have a good discussion. Islam.
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 Let's get it started. Let's get it started. I'm ready.
Islam.
Rolling the show. All right. PDFbooks.com. That's books. PDFbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast is brought to you by mypediabooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought mindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to check out herbsofmayat.com and their teas, divinely prepared, the tea of teas, Mayat Son's tea. Check out bhbaymusic.com and Brian Hicks Bay for all of those musical stylings. Also, everyday items and religious regalia. Be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, go by and check out morrisachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today. And without further ado, we present to you Sheikh Kari Goodman Bay.
Man, peace, 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 family. Peace, peace, and love. Peace and light to everybody here. Gratitude tribe. How everybody doing today?
Man,
We good. Peace.
we got Papa Britain on. Islam. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, peace. We had a good workout. Noble Malik got us a good workout this morning. So I just encourage brothers. I just encourage all the nobles, man, to get back on track. And our word is our bond, and we have to make time for what we love, and it's very, very important. Even if we don't do it with the group, make sure you do it on your own. But with that being said, man, I just want to say peace and love to everyone. I hear a lot of static, I hear a lot of feedback. I don't know if that's somebody else or it's a TV on or something. But yeah, much gratitude, man. And we want to open up this cipher today, man. And I don't know, through this week, some of the nobles was able to catch some of the teachings, and as we've been building all this week about who we are, about the SF-181 form, and about the poisonous tree, we jumped in a little bit of chapter 1, and we dived in a little bit of chapter 2. But it's a shift that's going on right now, man, and this is what I want all my brothers and sisters to know. And if my father is an elder, and my mother and other elders I come across, Alonzo, they saying this is the mission that need to be promulgated, because at the end of the day, we all agree to reparations, but we have to restore ourselves, and it's the right way to do these things pertaining to the laws. And we must bring these things up. We must correct a mistake. That's what we're doing. We correcting mistakes, and the laws tell us how to do this. It's there. And I want to show I'm also going to show, and don't let me forget, y'all, because this is part of the demonstration, what not to do when a lot of Moors be watching these TikToks, nobles, and these YouTube videos of, I'm going to say it, Negroes and Europeans, Albions, Trinidad, whatever you want to call them, talking all that stuff, how they can overthrow the government or they got all this and that. And I'm going to show you how this popular European that people be getting that sovereign citizen stuff. And I'm going to show y'all the precedent in law case, the doc number, because y'all have that, of a follower of this brother's, and he went to jail. All that stuff that they be saying that people be like, ooh, this is good. At the end of the day, he still went to jail. Islam,
Islam.
we have to know this stuff, y'all. Like this is what need to be spread across the globe. So right now, if anybody got access, we're gonna walk around some things and just talk about it a little bit. And we can keep the cipher going, like I said, because I got some things to do too today. But we'll keep the cipher going. If I need to get off and y'all continue to go if y'all need to. But if when we done, we can be done. If not, y'all can continue it going. But can somebody pull up that SF 181 form real fast and share it with the people real fast? I just got an email from one follower. He was like, brother, I never heard no one talking how confident and how assured you are with this process. They were like, no matter if you Christian, Muslim, whatever, we all say who we are, and misnumbered black people say they come from some slavery. But this is proving who we are. We've chosen wrong. We must correct a mistake. And if it's a mistake on there, it's a way how to correct the mistakes. It's there. It's there. That's why I say we part of the Constitution. We are Americans. What type of American? We are Moorish Americans. We in the Constitution. So let's read, let's just look at this, because one, I always down Noble Alonzo, most of our people don't read. I used the analogy when I broke this down Friday, when I was using a reference from one of my mother's teachers in school, and also I had a professor like that, and we had a test, Noble Alonzo, and the teacher passed out all the tests, and everybody just started doing the work. But if you read the instruction was saying just fill out your name and turn it in, don't answer nothing. And everybody was all happy jumping around because they thought they answered all right. And the teacher was like, okay, are y'all all jumping around? Miss Goodman, why didn't you jump around? And she was like, well, I just read the instructions. The instructions said just fill out your name and turn it in, and don't fill out any of the answers. So what I'm saying, subconsciously, Noble Alonzo and Muftis, most Negroes, when they've been conditioned something so bad, they won't even read the instructions and ask no questions. They'll just go right to program learning. Are y'all with me?
Indeed.
Yeah. And Negro not synonymous to color skin. Let's be clear.
Come on, exactly. Come on, we teaching.
So I don't. That's ignorance.
We teaching exactly, Noble Malik. We talking about the ignorance, If and then go back to if black stupid and everything and white is brilliant and all this. Well, then why would you want to be black? Think about it. You never even thought about that because black is an adjective. Think about it. Black, according to science and law, is death. Now remember, black according to science and law, civil mortis. Keep all this in your brain. Now let's dive into this history that every brother that say they need reparations, or every brother that with that Black Lives pseudo stuff, they need to be jumping behind his mission. All these brothers with that African and that out of Africa and that black stuff, is something wrong with them if they say they educated. Clearly, it's something wrong with all our professors, all our politicians, and all our preachers and teachers, and even more if they don't understand this. It's something wrong. It's something wrong, and that's the problem with us. This is not a light contest. This is not a popularity. We're dealing with what's right and what we can prove pertaining to the law. Now let's deal with it. The ethnicity.
No feeling.
That's right. No feelings. The ethnicity and race identification. Can somebody read it? Because I can't hardly see. Well, I want us to page up a little bit. Page up. Because if they asking you something, you should be able to explain this. I want to get to the good part. Get to the specific instructions. Now, everything else should be understood what it's asking you. Get to the specific instructions. Read that. What do it say? Somebody read that for me.
Living instructions. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. The two questions below are designed to identify your ethnicity and race. Regardless of your answer to question number one, go to question number two.
Okay.
Question number one. Are you Hispanic or Latino? And that means a person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South or Central American, or other Spanish culture or origin, regardless of race.
Stop right there, Dad. Now, I hope y'all, for all my Moors, this is the United of Asia. Africa is Asia. It said, or any Spanish culture or region, regardless of race. Remember, any culture, regardless of race. What do I say? One nationality, many what?
Many cultures. So yes.
I hope people be catching what I'm saying. And here it is. Y'all be like, Sheik is a prophet. Everybody should be jumping here and hear the government saying the same thing what I'm saying. I've been saying it in layman terms forever. We got to support this movement. We need to support the BBT like we've been doing with all our families and parents, and support this movement so we could take this to a broad stage. It says Spanish culture or origin, regardless of your race. Now, who ruled Spain for over 700-800 years?
Moors.
So that's a culture then, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, I'm fact checking. I've been courting y'all for long. Everybody should support this mission. I need our people and we need our dollars to make this happen. We taxes in for the federal government. We should support every time we come here. This is a movement. Somebody got to stand up for this. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to put everything on the line for this movement. Just like Harry Belafonte was telling all those athletes, hey, I'm the one that do this. I need y'all support. Y'all making money, wasting it. Put something to this movement. Real talk. This is serious, man. This is no joke. We out here act like we don't have it, and we do. We can't be consistent on nothing. Yes, we do. We got it. We got it. Every last one of us.
Collectively, most definitely, we got it.
We have it, and we have to start showing the people. Everybody talk about what everybody else doing. Forget what everybody else doing. Let's show them what we doing consistent. We have it. We have this little change. We doing something wrong. Reevaluate your life. Question 2, Dad.
Please select the racial category or categories which you most closely identify by placing an X in the appropriate box, as many as applied. Okay,
so the first one, it said your culture. Then the second one is talking about your racial category. We talking more science. What's your nationality? What's your race? And what's your status? This is what I be trying to show people. We want somebody to say it specifically. But if your ears is clean, it's telling you everything. And then it said check as many as apply. It said check as many as apply. It said as many as applied. Now we're getting ready to get to the psychosis of slaves. Let's deal with the categories, Dad, because this said racial category. Check as many as applied. Can you read those, Dad, or whoever?
Oh, okay. The first category is American Indian or Alaskan. Now, the definition of those categories pertains as a person having origins any of the original people of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintain tribal affiliation or community attachment.
Now stop right there. Now, if your Sheik is right, like myself and a mapping guy, that's not only no Negro with no fez on, talk about they some Sheik in Moorish Science Temple and they read some books that mean nothing. This is academia. I'm an educator and I'm a Moor. You should know what that means. It's very simple. What you say, Malik?
We're tribal. I said it's a check.
I mean,
we maintain tribal affiliation and community attachment.
That's one of the religious rights of the indigenous people. I'm checking across the board. I can cross-check everything. I'm checking. This is a checkmate. Regardless if you like my candor, I can rest my case. There's no rebuttal. It's on our misnomer Negroes now. It's on our misnomer blacks. It's on our misnomer colors. It's on our professors. It's on our educators that everybody follow on TikTok and Instagram talking about this Black Lives Matter and this black stuff. And I don't like Trump and I don't like Republican and Democrat. Well, you just don't like nothing. Well, we need to X you out and put you on your own island because you don't like nothing. I hope we catching this.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Dad, to the next one, Dad.
Asian. A person having origin any of the original people of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malay, Pakistani, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam.
Now
Check.
that's United Asia again. When you go to Mexico, you're dealing with the Olmec. What you see when you go to Europe, when you're dealing with David McRitchie and the ancient and modern Britons, what are you dealing with? When you go to Russia and you're dealing with the Russian icons by Vladimir Ivanov, what are you dealing with? When you deal with Vladimir Dale's dictionary of ancient Arab, A-R-A-P, ancient. I hope y'all catching this, because in this next demonstration, I'm gonna go back to the first two, and then my dad gonna finish, and you're gonna catch something, because there's some vernacular in here that if your ear is open, you will catch the vernacular where it's clearly not explaining things right. Explain this next one, Dad, and then we're gonna stop and go back to the other one, and I hope y'all see what we're talking about.
Black or African American. The definition of that category is a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa.
Now, have you ever asked yourself for a question? Ask your mother, ask your dad, ask your professor, what racial group, black racial group of Africa? Ask them. Ask them. It's none. So how you going to be something and defend something that's not even nothing? That's the invisible man. That's the spook at the door. It's nothing. But then another one, if you're reading what an American is, what an Asian is, once my dad get to native and wants to get to white, it says a person having origins in any of the original peoples, ancient. You get to black, it said a person having origin in any of the black racial groups of Africa, but it didn't say the original. It said a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. Which one? But every other one talking about the original. Then you get to 1828 Webster Dictionary is going to tell you what an American is. The copper color races. Found here by the Europeans, but you can't find something that was already here. I hope y'all catching what I'm saying. So you can't be a Negro. You can't. It's fictitious. So how can you explain something? How can you defend something that ain't even real? How can you say Black Lives Matter is not even real? How can you defend something that's fictitious? That's not even real. That's not even real. This should be the appalling part. Negroes arguing over this ain't even real. You can't argue over something that's not real. That's insanity. That's insanity. And that's what's wrong with black people. That's insanity. Forget this more stuff and all that. Yes, we know who we are, but we can't even agree to who we are on paper to move the right way. We can't even agree. And you just see what a Negro, black, or color, or African American consists of. In science and law, black means death, silva mortis, because in the arena of law is Latin. And if you don't know that, you crazy. The first Bible was written in Greek. What type of Greek? Koine Greek. So if you don't know this stuff is what I'm saying you, that's why Negroes are slaves. Read what a native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander is, Dad.
Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islanders. A person having origins in any of the original people of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific islands.
So Dad, so nobles, the stuff that y'all know being around y'all sheet and y'all mapping a guy for this long, how can any more say they got a problem with anything going on in the world? Somebody that might have a lighter year, that's one nationality, many cultures, to go around and don't understand who they are with a game. You clearly ain't read your Moore's Quran. You clearly confused talking that black stuff. Anybody going around with that black stuff, something got to be wrong. Either you sincerely wrong or you just a fool. I'm sorry. With all this information going on today, Noble Alonzo, Dad, what you want to say, Noble?
No. I was agreeing with you. There has to be something wrong.
I mean,
Diametrically opposed to what the noble prophet Drew Ali brought. Anything you would have, it was a misunderstanding. Actually, I even heard a song, which is, I don't mean to deter, but something that I heard on a throwback tape was Ghostface said he was the black noble Drew Ali.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute. This is a gross misunderstanding. I had to pause it and had to play it again. But that's just testament to what you're saying. It definitely is a misunderstanding. Islam.
Yes, it's a misunderstanding, and we can and we can correct mistakes. This is what I'm telling y'all. It's a mistake. Just like my dad was breaking down the SF 181 form. We was talking about it. That form is to correct a mistake. If your name ain't spelled right, you ain't saying that ain't your name, but it's a misspelling. You can correct a mistake. My name ain't Kareem, Kahari. My name Kari. If I don't go around and correct people, they think that way. You never correct nobody. I'll tell you who I am. Only free men tell you who you are and name themselves. This is what I keep telling y'all. Negroes, African Americans, black people are only is named by their master. This is what I'm telling you. So anybody put black in front of anything, put dead in front of it. According to science and law, black means death. So how can you take black as your ethnicity and take that to the court and try to say you have some human rights? You already done by default because you claiming something that's fictitious. If I was a judge and you come in there like you think you know you something with your chest out, I'd be like, you identifying as black and don't state your name for the record and who you are. Clearly you a fool. Clearly you a fool. All these scholars, I don't disrespect none of them, but I use things for speaking reference, like Carnell West,
I don't know.
like
I don't
Carnell
hear
West.
no more.
Mike, when
I hear y'all.
We lost sound, Craig.
your sound, yeah.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me now? Y'all can't hear me? Y'all can't hear me?
Nah, we can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me now?
We reading your lips right now.
Yes.
Yeah, we.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, just like a lot of those scholars when they had that little summit and they had T.I. and they had Carnell West and they had Tavis Smiley, and I'm only using it for speaking points. No disrespect to none of them, but my professor is a European professor, European potentate, and he said they wouldn't putting you on there because it only take you 20 seconds to destroy everything those black people talking about. Your freedom is not connected to no blackness. How? According to science and law, means death. So how can anybody tell you that with a straight face? Think about this now, and we're not even talking complex. Now, my dad, read the last one.
Put it back.
You gotta put it back up.
This better be so powerful when we read the last one, when he put it back up.
Oh, white.
Read it all. If somebody got it, I know Brian might not have it up. If somebody got it put up, read it. Because I send it to everybody. If you got an extra tablet, just read it. And read it all. This don't take long. This stuff is simple. Remember, I shoot from the lip, not the hip. Every one of y'all should have it. If y'all don't have this all through the week, when I send out this information, if you don't have it, no way brother shouldn't be hitting me up and saying, Sheik, I didn't get that. Not through the week. We can't go through the week and don't come to the cipher.
Oh, I got it. It says white. It says a person having origin in any of the original people of Europe, the Middle East, or aka we know there ain't no Middle East, or North Africa.
The original people. There you go, right there. There you go. If you don't understand anything else, there go you. We white by law. These is facts. Like I done the work. Now what we need to do, you say, well, what can we do? Okay, the FS 180 form is show you how to say correct things. If anything, Negro, Black, and African American shouldn't be on there. That should be off. If anything, because that's not no culture, that's not no ethnicity. If anything, you can put Moorish American on there as a nationality if you want to, and you can pick all those. But what we saying is it shouldn't even be on there because those don't know that's synonymous to slave. That should be off the top. Because how should anybody pick something that's synonymous to slavery today, and then in the same breath talk about some reparations in the same breath? Think about this now.
So where will somebody turn this into once they fill it out, or you just keep it, get it? What do you call it?
Listen what I said.
Notified.
Listen what I said.
There's an address on there that tell you where to send that to.
Yes.
You know, you have to fill out the form and read those instructions on the form, and it also tells you how to make a copy of that form and where to send it to. Now, they said they might not answer your question, but at least you will pose it. You'll have an opportunity for your question to be answered.
And that means it's official. Anytime you send something to a record, it's official. That means they got it. That's like when you tamper with mail. It's a federal offense. Nobody can't say they didn't get it if it's sent through the mail. See, these are the things. And the form, it shows you how to do things. The FS 181, the SF 180 form, it says, okay, you can write them and correct these. Hey, man, this is a mistake on this form. This shouldn't even be on here. We should be doing that as a group, collectively. If we get a respond back, we don't, but we put them on notice. Now we can promulgate some things. The SF 181 form is to sign it. That's a proclaim, declare, and do process. That's a thing that you can do individually. When I tell people, and then we come to collectively as a people, knowing who we are individually, coming together as a nation. A nation is people, culture, is how we dress, what we believe, don't have nothing to do with no fiat. Once we understand that, now we know how to move. And then we take it to the world courts. What you mean the world courts? The same way that you petition for a $5 Indian or to be in take a political house, you have to get enough signatures and it go to wherever jurisdiction to be counted, to be put on the ballot. It's the same thing. It's the
The
same.
Amish people.
It's the same thing. And Amish don't do nothing with. And me and my dad and my mom was talking about this as we conclude. I mean, as we continue. Amish, they don't deal with nothing with the government. And this is the thing about us when we assume. I say they don't do nothing with government unless they want to. What you mean, Sheik? Nothing. 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 Zero. Because their religious laws trump anything else. We just don't know who we are. The religious laws trump everything that you think dealing with the government. The religious laws trump it. Big facts.
Islam, she can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir.
And just to kind of, I think a couple of things kind of come to mind, and I appreciate Lee for asking that question. But I think that is the carrot of sorts, that at times kind of gets us in trouble, right? So, like you talk about like what the science is about, and it's about understanding who you are, and then connecting with like-minded people who also understand who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So then what y'all do as a group, has more impact than what you can do, even as somebody who understands who you are.
Yes.
As an individual.
Yes.
Right. And so I think that's the thing with a lot of forms or documents, is they're not it's not necessarily about figuring out how to use them as tools. It's about understanding what they are and then navigating, as you always say, as a unit, such that then those tools can have a bit more impact.
Yes.
So to speak.
Yes.
Right. And so I just trying to, as I've been listening to the discussion that we've had, for some time, about these documents, I think there's always what step or the process, quote unquote, what's the process?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like what's the process to add my LRA? What's the process to claim my, birth certificate? And I think part of the piece that is one needs to understand who self is, to live, act, breathe that on an everyday basis, then connect with those that are of that same energy, as you always say, where two or more gather. The things that they do have impact.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's buying homes whether that's invested in some sort of business or property or otherwise. It's more than just us being able to do so individually. So Islam, I appreciate that.
Islam. This like
Because in America,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dad.
because in America we go by the numbers. How many people are recognized? How many people who are asked that question? Because on the form, the only category should never be filled is Black and African American. Identity shouldn't be on there. Almost everything, almost all the other categories, especially white, Indian from North, Central America, from the islands, we're from all those places, original. And so therefore, if the government sees that no one is claiming themselves as being the African American or Black, they want to know where those people are and why they're not identified under that category. But if enough people start sending that question in to the government, they'll know what happened. Then they'll have a dialogue with certain Black individuals who responded to that question, try to come up with, well, then who are you? How are you going to be identified? And the thing that I would say I could understand being identified with, like I had a conversation with Cree, I said I could understand Moore, because Moore is the name that replaced Berber. Berber is the name that so I could understand going to a name that we called ourselves and a name that replaces or used in place of I'm a Ziggin or Berber. So therefore, more modern term that we have for people of African descent, or I would say more is the term that they use for the copper-colored races, which is, like in our history.
Islam, Dad.
Mr. Goodman, just to add to that, as long as we keep identifying as black, we will continually be misrepresenting people because it takes at least 30,000 of us to be represented in Congress.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
I was waiting for somebody to say that. The government they telling you this is simple research. That's why I'll be laughing when these Moors be talking about what can we do and what should we do. Like the law telling you, they got a process. I mean, we a nation of laws, and that's why we like, what would we do? It's telling us what to do. This what it's there. It's been there. If it's a such thing as a $5 Indian, what you think the process they did? The same process we need to do. The same way when I be telling misnomer black people that don't understand about organization and fraternal order, how they saw all those Europeans in Ohio marching, the same way we can do. I mean, what are we talking about? There's nothing illegal what's going on. We all Negroes want to do is they scream because they don't know law. And that's the problem. You don't know law. You need to stay in your place. This is the facts. It's telling you everything dealing with the government, they're going to give you a solution. But it's for you to do that. I'm not going to bring up charges on the behalf of you. Why? Because I don't care. I say you a slave. Think about the psychosis of this.
But the thing that we need to do as a people, we need to identify with the group that brought this information to us and who has been promulgating that. And they'll see that by the size of BBT, the Burning Bush Tabernacle. If they see people who respond to those questions and they're a member of a particular group, we could go just like all the other groups, getting that being identified as a powerful group for a particular group of people.
Yes. This is what I'm telling people. We got to get behind this mission. Like I said, I'm just like Harry Belafonte was telling all those brothers back in the day and all that, and Jim Brown and all those athletes. You were like, no, y'all making the money, support what I'm doing. I'm educated for this. I'm the one. And I'm not saying like I'm the only one, but I know this. I put the work in. Y'all done been with me all these years. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. We got to take this further. Y'all see my dad here with me. I'm not on here trying to hustle nobody. I'm telling you, I have something. Just like the prophet, build the house, put the furniture in it. Now I'm able to take a little further. I need my people. We need to jump behind this, you know? We need to jump behind this, you know?
Because one thing that comes from the BBT was not talking about a specific religion, because we understand the triple roles.
Yep.
We understand that Islam, Christianity, and Judaism are all the basis of the same teaching. It's coming from our Bible.
And we don't have a place where we can come and have this conversation. Any elder, any imam will they won't say nothing if I'm speaking. Any master mason, any professor, any lawgiver, they know we dealing with peer-reviewed scholarly research. We just not into the know. And when most black people not into something they know, they start dissing it, and it shows the ignorance. That's why I say misnomer black people, it's nothing. No disrespect. We not black. Just like I showed the other day about when we talk about Halley's Comet, and I showed you where all that come from, and a misnomer educated brother, the Moor, where all that come from, and all these ancient pictures that people have in their personal libraries. It shows you what this science about. It shows you how brilliant you are. It shows you that. It shows you even when we go to Hebrew Hill, y'all, when we deal with Israel Hill, and it shows how those free Israelites fought for their freedom right next to the European in courts because they knew they wasn't misnomer black, at least. So when you know that, you can go to court. It's just like Django. Hell, man, I ain't no slave. I mean, look, Django, he said, I'm a free man. Django said he was a bounty hunter. Django said he was a free man. Yeah, Gazim. Yes, what my dad said, we broke it down. It means free men. And then Berber mean dark. It's telling you. And that's what the names they gave themselves. We were free men. And then they all tried to change it to freed men. No, we ain't no freed men. Freed means somebody let you go out of bondage. We ain't never been freed. We free men, always been free.
And that sounds like the Article 15 of the Declaration of Human Rights, what they called themselves.
Yes.
They chose to.
Yes, Brian.
See, but when people read that article, they think it's only referring to the Jews who've been fighting for it being identified. But that's for anybody who feels like they have been recognized as people,
Yes.
especially us.
Understand this, man. If you say you were a slave for so long, and I can get a majority of black people when they say they Negro, they black from the continent of Africa, I got to put that on a sheet. I got to put that on a piece of paper. Why? Because I done did a survey and asked a plethora of misnumbered black people in all the different areas, what's your nationality and who you are. I'm from I'm Kunta Kinte ancestor. I'm black and I'm from Africa. Then I got to put that down on the sheet. Why? Because the majority of people that don't know themselves is going to pick that they a slave. According to science and law, black means deaf. Negro, African American, black, all synonymous to slavery. The Dred Scott Law was never abolished. That's when the conversation happened. That's when the shift will change. All this reparations now stuff, y'all, no black person is going to get reparations identifying as black. I don't care if y'all get attorneys and it be a misnumbered black attorney, he just going to laugh and get paid.
See, a lot of people that's melanated that look like us don't, because of the applications of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, and not only the applications of them, but how they have been obscured, you know what I'm saying, not made clear.
Yep. And they don't have a good teacher like we have here at the BBT, like myself and y'all. See,
yes, sir.
I'm just keeping it 100. If Europeans telling me this, professors and people in politicians and prosecutors, attorneys that I'm able to speak with on the college campus, like you the one, man, what are we talking about? It's just like if I'm a great athlete and I'm gonna say I'm not good and I'm an all-star. No, I ain't that good. I'm a role player. No, I am. I put the work in. I put the work in. I know when people just playing around, I'm putting the work in. I know the average person ain't doing what I'm doing. I know the average Moore ain't doing what I'm doing. Why? Because this is my life. This is my life. It's going to be certain ones that be able to do this and speak on every platform from honor and won't be disrespected. I'm the one. Just like my professor was saying, he was like, if he was on Nick Cannon show when he had Professor Griff on there and they were talking that Hebrews to Negroes and Nick Cannon had to apologize for Professor Griff on there. They was talking about they was using conspiracy. They were like, you couldn't have got on there. They were like, you would have shut it all down. With no Jewish professor or no rabbi can come say nothing because I know where they get all the information. I'm gonna use their books. They probably not gonna show up because they're gonna look me up before they come. That's how smart a European is. He's gonna try to aim his gun up per se to be able to come and shoot, but it ain't nothing. It's gonna be all blanks, cause I know his tricks. I know them all. That's a Ghostbuster. I'm telling you, and these is facts, and it ain't no disrespect to nobody. This is my field. This is my expertise. This is what I do, and somebody got to be. We have to support somebody that's willing to step up on both sides to say, yes, I'm a Moor, but that's it. What of us as a people? No matter if you Moor, no matter if you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, no matter if you call yourself a black Christian, no matter if you call yourself a black Muslim, no matter if you call yourself none of that, or if you wearing a dashiki and you following that black rights matter and that black law, all this is okay. Now we need to sit down to the round table and start dealing with some facts and walk out the house like the European Jew does. What? On an understanding, on principles. That's what this is all about. And until then, we gonna have a problem. But what can we do by knowing? We can bring this up, and the BBT can be known for this, and y'all can be known for this as vanguards. And maybe in our time or in our lifetime, maybe when we gone, this will be talked about. But we can start something. We can start something which the laws is telling us. We can show people who we are on a broad stand. The world don't have a problem with us. We can clear this misunderstanding how religion is separating misnumbered black man. And we should have a main goal. And we all in the same neighborhood. When you got 15,000 churches and they all got the same Bibles talking different stuff. When they talk about you finna die and go to heaven. That's crap. That's crap. We need to teach our kids the truth and stand on it. And let them know who they are. Just imagine if these kids knew who they are at a young age. It'd change them. It'll change the paradigm of what's going on. That's why this is so important today. And I need y'all help, man. And I am campaigning for this. I stepped out on this. My professor said, you brought something to misnumbered black people that they should be not only supporting, but be behind it financially. Not only the more science stuff, but this. If you don't understand the more science stuff, you understand this.
You know, but more science is this.
Yes.
Because what it's telling us is telling us who we are and how we should identify ourselves.
Yes, Dad.
So that is more science.
Yes, and that's how I'll finna bring it in the back door. I said, if you don't want to bring more science in the front door, well, we gonna bring it in the back door, and we gonna put it out there and say, now you say you want to study more science, we gonna show you exactly what you studying is more science. Absolutely, Dad. If we can't bring it in the front door, we gonna bring it in the back, because they already know we Moors. So if we bring it something, then Moors is bringing it through the front door. How? Through law. Through law.
But everybody question. Here is most of Europe for over 700 years, but then when they were defeated, in 1491, no more Moors exist in the world. Moors stopped living. Everybody died out. In the 15th century. What happened?
Yep.
Identity.
Yep.
That's it.
And we got to stop dealing with these people that's not coming from scholarship, that's with that pro-black stuff or with that misnomer Arab stuff. That's not scholarship. It's been proven already. That's why we don't argue with no one. We deal with the people that, are you going to discredit the people that was there? Or you going to discredit Vladimir Dale? You're going to discredit Bertram Thomas that stayed with the ancient Arab. You're going to discredit Russian icon. You're going to discredit those ones that wrote about what they saw in first century. We got to stop that. We got to stand up, and our own people are the only ones that when we know something, we try to say it ain't that, and they wasn't this, and they wasn't that. Well, of course we wasn't black African American. Of course that. You got brunette Moors, you got swarthy Moors, you got the Corsica Moors. We know this, and you don't know what the blood rocking in somebody by the color of their skin. I got a cousin that's pale in the mug. When his son have kids, depending on who he have with, it's gonna be even lighter. But we still got that same blood. We got to stop the cap. We got to stop the cap, and that's what I keep telling people. I said that's trash. We talk about the blood, and you don't know the blood that's running in somebody's veins because you looked at them and your hair might be kinky and their hair might not be kinky. Or you got a fat Albert nose and they don't. That don't mean nothing. I'm tired of black people with that, like it's only black people with kinky hair and fat noses. You ain't been across the globe, retardo fardo. That's where they get with that straight out of Africa stuff. We not straight out of Africa. We are Americans. My coat of arms, my family crest, I have no history as no slave. We're not saying it wasn't people that slave in history, but it's overrated, it's watered down, and it's not factual. So what I wanted to share, I don't even want to get into the poisonous tree. We'll do a whole one-on-one teaching on poisonous tree, because poisonous tree, I keep telling people they got to read it and get familiar with it so you don't get caught up thinking something that's real. But what I would do, I don't know if Noble's got time, they can share. Remember, I'll leave with this. More is always taken, and no disrespect, European sovereign militia stuff and trying to act like it's more, and it's not. I can show y'all a movie, it's called CSI. When they had the European militia on there, they talk about overthrowing the government, and the father and son was ex-military, and they was talking about they sovereign citizens. And then it's a YouTube video going on right now on TikTok that all these Moors love, and all them retarded Negroes on there. Ooh, I need that. He breaking it down, this, that, and the other, which Negroes always want to be criminals. And then I showed y'all the president-in-law case, the information from the court of what happened to that individual. That's one of his followers. What's the name of the European guy name? Do y'all know? I sent it to y'all. And we'll close with this. I put it in the text stream, and it's all on TikTok. This is why I be telling y'all, the powers that be, they put out stuff. They put out stuff to get Negroes caught up with that sovereign citizen movement, and they get those clowns like it's white on rice. And that's why I be telling y'all, this ain't no more thing. When you a criminal, you a criminal. And a Moor with the feds on to be sitting right next to the European militia. Big facts. I'll wait. This is how I prove things.
David Wynn Miller.
What? What's his name?
David Wynn Miller.
And y'all can pull it up on TikTok. I shared y'all the video. That's what these Moors be doing. And then you will hear him spilling a whole bunch of stuff. But did y'all open up the little file I sent y'all with the president-in-law case of one of his followers?
Yeah.
Did y'all see what it said at the end? What did it say at the end? What's the final outcome of what he was talking about?
With tax evasion.
Yeah, what? Deny. All that crap these people be talking about. Let's show me the end results of everybody that took that stuff and say it's valid. Show me the end result. They not going to show y'all that. Just like with the sheik I showed y'all, with the state booklet, with the Moorish consulate book. No disrespect to this brother. I have to say this. No disrespect to Marcel Warden L. Peace be among him. But when Moors be talking that stuff, we don't pay taxes. Well, how the hell you get a group of people to show them how to fraud the government and get a whole bunch of seniors how to fraud the government and then get in trouble for tax evasion? And then try to use the same laws to defend yourself in a court of law, and a court want to make an example out of you because you played your own people. You played your own people, so that's why the courts want to make an example out of him. We don't pay taxes and all this, so how can you file for all these taxes for all these millions of dollars? And then people don't be sharing these cases, the outcomes, as people go into jail. Did you get the $1 million? No. Well, what happened? People got in trouble. Well, what's the fight of doing that? This person right here. Did it work? What happened? No. Denied. Crazy. Go to jail. Tax evasion. The Paradigm Group in Canada, Europeans that did the same thing, that we don't pay taxes, we sovereign citizen. Jail, prison. Because they don't know how to do the right things. And when you organize, we tax exempt from the federal government, religious, charitable, and scientifically. I tell y'all, it's a way to do things. I keep telling black people this all day. The only thing we're supposed to own is our churches and our schools. The money that we give Uncle Sam sits in the private banking system. So we can support our organization by ciphering that to our organization and build something. Because it takes finances. This is what I'm telling people. We have to be re-educated. And that's what Carter G. Woodson said, the miseducation of the Negro. And with that, do anybody got anything they want to add? Anything?
Islam.
Come to class.
Islam.
Learn.
I had one thing just looking at the SF 181 form where it says Black or African American, a person having origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. You know, origins as in, you know, from the beginning. If we're saying Black is something that was created, you know, a man is not real. Black racial groups of Africa, that's what started from. We're, you know, blindly just been saying we started from something that was created less than a century ago.
Done
So
do?
that's what we have to look at when we're looking at this. A person having your brigade is in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. Black is dead. It's not real.
It's not none.
But what is the Black racial group in Africa?
What is a Black?
Which one?
I don't know.
Which one?
Africans don't call themselves Black. They refer to themselves by their nations, like an Ethiopian. So that's somebody from Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? Moroccan is somebody from Morocco. Like, they don't say I'm Black. They just say I'm Moroccan.
Yeah. So it's not one. It's like and I get what
it doesn't exist. The only thing that exists was Negro, something that they created in 1619.
and I agree with you. And I agree with you, Dantes, when you trying to think about it and rationalize it. When a misnomer Black person trying to explain it, you can't even explain that because the person will be like, okay, but it's not even real. Like, how you trying to explain something like, but okay, at the end of the day, but it ain't one. You giving me all this spiel and all this some roots and all this some Kunta Kinte and all this Black stuff, but it's not even one. It's no racial groups of Africa. It's no Black racial groups of Africa. It's not none. It's no Black racial groups of Africa. Period.
It exists.
It don't exist.
If you also look at the white definition of category as well, you gotta make sure that you pay attention to that they slid it there, which ultimately means that this is also something that's created because Middle East is not a real place when it comes to geography, right? This is something that, so when you instead of saying how would it have been different if it just read peoples of Africa, right? But it had to segment it, or had to make a byproduct of the African diaspora or continent, if you will, for putting the Middle East there or North Africa. Well, with that Middle East, this is the wordplay because now you got to remember, everything is wordplay. When you look at maps and things, they changed it when a so-called Pangea and all the North, South, East Africa, when it was one, they put Middle East on the map. So that's just a tricknology. That's just tricknology showing you when we say Middle East, you should know it's this.
Because now that's another thing that you can be corrected. Whereas no such thing as Middle East. That's another correction. So it's still for you to know when it's saying Middle East, it's not discrediting you. You should know that and know what the Middle East is. So when it's brought to you, you can say the reason why you all of this because you know what the Middle East consists of. So it's no trick. Once again, we got to know.
Yeah, well, you gotta see the word on. Right, you gotta know what it is. Just get a map.
Yeah, all you got to do is get a map.
Just get a map and look up the continent of Africa and then look and see where the Middle East is split.
There you go.
You know, the Middle East became the Middle East after conquest.
Thank you.
That region was taken over by the Arabs. They stayed. You know, a lot of the Europeans went there to pillage, to rob, but they didn't go there to stay. The Arabs went there and they put up a flag the same way they did when they went to.
But there's no flag to describe the Middle East because the Middle East is comprised of a whole bunch of countries.
But do you?
There's no natives there, indigenous people here pulling it.
The thing is about this, we can't get caught up in them saying the Middle East. When you look up where the Middle East is on the map, you should know. Just because they say Middle East, when you look at the map, no matter what map you get, when you look at Middle East and whatever map, you should be able to say this is a certain area. So when you look at the Middle East and where it's at, you look up the ancient people in that area. Who was the ancient people of that area? That's too simple.
They're Persian.
It's just like somebody calling you an Ethiopian, and then you say, no, I'm not an Ethiopian because the original name was Abyssinia.
Ding, ding.
Right. But it says North Africa and Europe. All these countries have a whole bunch of different countries in them. So your countries come with your nationality. But they're just saying they didn't name all of them. They just named specific areas. Europe, the Middle. With Europe is comprised of a whole bunch of different countries, right? That have nationality. The Middle East is also comprised of a whole bunch of different countries that have nationalities. And North Africa is also an area, a geographical area that is comprised and has a whole bunch of different countries that have nationalities. Mm-hmm. So the one thing that doesn't have in that definition is the word white. If you look black or African American, it says it in there.
Yep.
It says black or African American.
So when we said,
let me finish. A person having origin in any of the black, it's lowercase.
Yep.
That's already an error. Racial group of Africa. North Africa is African. What are we talking about?
That's what all I'm saying.
Is South, right?
Yep.
Nothing on here says anything about South Africa.
Nope.
Nothing.
Okay.
And Nova Malik, to add to what you're saying, they actually try to use the word to define the word. That's crazy.
I keep telling people, Malik is 100% right. We not catching this. This is adverb verb. See, people be trying to look at stuff literally and don't understand legalese and things and not missing how you getting caught up because Malik is 100% right. Look at it. We still trying to explain something that's not real. It's a joke. Is what Malik said, like, this is a joke. We having all these conversations, and then I say, well, what is adverb verb? Until somebody know what I'm saying, we still wasting our time. Just like my dad said, Malik said, it's like, but we still wasting our time because we trying to defend something that's not real.
Yeah. But right there in the middle, that's why it's so funny. It's dead point in the middle of the box.
Yes.
It's in the center.
it's the middle. It's the middle.
It's in the center.
I mean, come on, Malik.
Hey, I ask you a simple question, right? How many fingers do you have?
Teach them.
Oh, you know what just wait a minute.
8 fingers and 2 thumbs.
Per hand, 4 fingers on each hand, right?
Yep.
So you really have no middle finger, right?
Nope.
There's your answer. Take out the middle finger.
That's why that whole thing we was talking about, y'all, when we broke it down a couple months ago in class when we did document white by law. In the first sentence, y'all kept hearing Malik was like, the first paragraph, you should have got that. And then like she's been doing this forever. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's simple. Somebody asked her here, are the black codes the right direction to learn more about black status. But once I said, you need to come to class. And this is what I keep telling people. It ain't no certain thing you need to come to class, because it ain't just one. It's all of it. So when a person like, oh, what book I need to read? I say you need to come to class. You can't ask a teacher. You can't ask a map and a guide what to read, because I'm going to shut it down. I say you need to be a student. If you want to learn Wing Chun, you're going to say, well, what to study Wing Chun? And you talking to a Wing Chun master and a teacher. I'm not going to tell you no book. You need to come to freaking class. Forget the book. We're going to burn the book up.
If somebody go to the karate man and say, hey, Mr. Karate Man, what move should I use to kill somebody? You're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying? No.
Thank you, Brian. And
yourself and hurt nobody else.
And this is what I'll be telling people. People just be asking me things. And I'm like, when you ask attorney, you got to pay the attorney and all that stuff. People just be asking things. This is not a shake weight. You have to come to class and take all this. So I said it with respect. When a person asks me, are the black codes the right direction to learning more about the black status? Come into class. Come into class. It ain't no reading. It ain't no specific book. Come to class, because I can get you there. I've been through the fire. I can get you there. I can serve it on a platter. That's what. Be willing to support something that's real. Be willing to say some of the money that you've given away, support something that's real. Be willing to do that. If not, it ain't nothing else I have for you.
We want shortcuts, bro. That's the gift. They don't want to do the work. They want shortcuts.
If that's the opposite word, we have to support something that means something to us. And once they see us doing that, they know what they always talk about. We finally woke up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. So that'd be my answer to everybody. They see our information. They see how to get with us. People been following us for 5 and 10 years. Remember, in the Bible, it says strength in numbers. We need the numbers. You want to be counted on paper when we do things, we need the numbers. No matter how much or how little you have, consistency, mean things, we need to be able to depend on you. And that's the way. So I don't have an answer for no one. If you was taking a class with me and you say, I need to pass this test, matter of fact, we'll close it like this. We'll give one of me and my dad good movies. Clarence, the movie Clarence. And Clarence said, man, I just want to learn the tricks. He just wanted to walk on water. But when Clarence did it, he said, I know damn well this ain't me, because I can't walk on water. When you want to learn the tricks, you're going to get in trouble. You need to learn the science. You need to learn what's right. I can't teach you no trick. I don't have no tricks. This is the creator. I don't have no magic trick. I don't have it.
But see, the magic trick to people is shortcut. They want to do all the work. They don't want to do it's like they even the women with BBLs, right? Dudes been getting muscles, they go get implants. Yeah. And they think they're full, they think they can go lift all this weight, and they can't.
Nope.
It's like a girl with a BBL, you want the quick result, but those quick results are damaging. It's almost like eating microwave food or food that's cooked on the stove. Which one gonna kill you?
And we done the work, man, and I done the work. This is my life. I'm always going to be sincere. I'm not going to arbitrarily explain nothing. Everything that I say, that I studied, that I give to y'all can be proven, and y'all know it, and I give y'all the research. Everybody know this cipher has changed a lot of our lives. I'm introduced something, and I have a particular type of aptitude. This is my life. This is what I went to college for. This is my mission, and I need my people's support consistently, no matter what it is. And I ended with that, man. Like, I don't want to be too long. I want us to ponder on this. I want people to get the documents. I want us to read it. And please read Poisonous Tree. If y'all read chapter 2, get familiar with chapter 1, because then we're going to start talking about expatriation. And we're going to be checking the Moors again when they talk about they want to expatriate from the de facto government. And then I say, when you do that, retardo, fardo with a feds on, who do you have affiliates with? You're going to be a domestic terrorist, foreign and abroad, with your stupid self. Big facts. I'm an American. What type of American I am? A Moorish American. I'm proud to be an American. At least I know I'm free.
The other part is, what are we saying? You got to have commitment, communication, and consistency.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You either make excuses or you make it happen. You can't do both.
Come on.
You got to put the work in to get the results. Period.
Point blank, especially us as Bible brothers. I want to end it right here because the world is looking at us. We got to continue to show up. I'm tired of brothers, man, no disrespect. I mean, y'all know it. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm tired of brothers getting with us, and then before anything get going on, they disappear. Oh, I got this going on. You had this stuff going on before you got with us. You thought you were finna come in there, you were finna get something from me that you think you were finna go take somewhere. That's what you thought. That's what you thought.
Right.
And I'll be checking Negroes, and I'll be telling you if your heart ain't right, and I'll be challenging men. You can't come to here and think you finna pay me some type of dollars and you think you finna matter something become Casper the Ghost and all the crime you did gonna disappear. I tell you, you need to come here and get yourself right and I can help you. If not, it ain't nothing I can do with you. And I'm tired of Moors coming dealing with us, want to be down, and then when it come to a little change or anything, they disappear. That's whack as hell. Excuse my candor. That's what I'm saying. Moors don't show up to work. I'm just being honest. Moors don't show up to work up. They stay whether we got time. This ain't how this work, man. We supposed to show out. We supposed to show up. And if we gonna commit to something, if we say we gonna do it, we gonna commit to it and be with it. We can't be just each month something different because that's not accountability. We can't do that, man. I can't do missions. I can't take care of what we're trying to do and move how I'm trying to move and make sure y'all got things and do things without people being accountable. Be like, hey, man, this is part of our movement. I can't have brothers that's a part of this movement be with me and then think about me last. And this is what we're supposed to do as a group of people. Come on, I need that. And if we need help or if we're struggling, we got to tell each other and maybe we need to help each other. But we can't do business. I can't keep operating like this each month. I can't, especially with my brothers, with my tribes that represent the BBT. We got to sacrifice something. We are the example. We cannot continue to do this and put in the BBT last. All the work that I do for us. Period. Because if I was my friend, I'll be like, man, this is one of the best friends I got. All the stuff that I do for the tribe and what we try to do, this mission, I need all of y'all help. All of y'all are important. Your time, your energy showing up, and whatever that you can donate consistently, we need it. Don't look at me and act like we don't need it. We need everything consistently. This is a fact. And that's all I got to say, man. I love y'all, man.
Love you too, Sheik.
Love you too. We love all y'all.
Love you too.
Love y'all.
I love you too, Sheik.
I love y'all, man. We this is for our babies. I mean, this is for our kids, y'all.
Grandbabies.
I wish I had kids and stuff that I can have them wearing fezzes and turbans. Ain't no way I'm wearing a fez and turban and my kids ain't. I'm just talking about myself. That's around me all the time because they know this is for the babies. This is for the babies. We can't be afraid of who we are. Or everybody else wear their national headdress. The Indian wear their turban. The Muslim wear their kufi. The European Jew wear their yarmulke. But we call ourselves Moors and original this, and we afraid to wear our turban. We afraid to wear our fez. We afraid to wear our kufi. Man, miss me with that, man. And then what about our kids? When you put that on your kids, head, now the paradigm change. Come on, man. Y'all don't know this? We sending our kids out in the world. We saying we something. We walking out identifying. We sending our kids out in the world unprepared. That don't even make sense. No European Jew doing that. You see a European Jew and their culture, their kids going out the house with their yarmulke on. Big facts. Big facts. You could get on here and talk that crap if you want to. You a lie, there ain't no truth in you. You're going to see the whole family. If they Amish, you're going to see all of them with their brims on. Because it's taught in the household. What we teaching, we Moors. We Moors. Really? Especially when we got babies that don't know how to change them out. We got babies, especially those that got babies. Man, stop. My noble Lamarck, and he raising he's a single father, right? Hell, here's Bailey. He influenced his daughter so much, she said, I got to wear the fez. Why? Because Bailey know who she is. If anything come up, she can come to her dad and start asking some questions. Why? Because she got something to reach into. She see her dad wearing the fez turban. She got her own fez. She know the Moorish American prayer. This is a baby. So she got the basis. So that means, like Malik was saying, when I can ask something to you, I can put in your cup. Why? Because there's something in there. And we ain't got to convince Bailey because her cup is all, she already got something in her cup. What do these brothers got in their cup? But nigga, reparations, PPP loan, Section 8. I love y'all, man. Gratitude for y'all time, man. If y'all don't got nothing else, let's do our Moorish American prayer. Thank y'all for y'all donations. If anybody need books and literature, get with me. Y'all see the information. I give gratitude, y'all. Let's stay in cipher. Let's communicate. If our schedule's different, man, I need to see all our brothers working out. Somebody need to step up. If you want to be like, hey, man, I can work out at night, and if brothers need to work out at night, and if somebody time only free at night, then you bring that up. Excuse my candor. It's gonna be somebody's there. We got to start showing up together, man. We got to start being consistent, for real. No matter what's going on, no matter if our money ain't right. So what? Our money ain't gonna never get right when we disappear. When we not smart with our finances, we got to bring all this stuff to the table. Why? Because we can have this discussion. We can have this. we got something. We can have this. And we got experience. So once again, man, and we got the elder, my dad here, that done lived this life, that can help us with anything, that can steer us the right way. We got an elder here, my dad, that's not gonna give us no false information. That's not gonna say, well, just because that's my son, he gonna put me in the right place too if I'm wrong. My mom too. So I love y'all, man, and gratitude. Can we get our Moorish American prayer? And Alonzo will get us with our benediction. If nobody don't have nothing, that's it.
This is great. Honor and praise.
All honor.
It?
Yep.
Allah. The universe. Father, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protection, my salvation. Night by day, through his holy prophet, Drew Ali, a man Hashem, my mother Kim, our and Stalan Hashem. Peace, 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 peace. Peace, 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 peace.
Peace, peace. Our Telsman benediction reads as follows. May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine, as thou shalt strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best and evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield in the manifest battles of falsehood, so that Moors need not to pick the lock to the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft. For behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our people, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, live in thy age, and give thee peace. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Haq, Ya Muhammad. And at the BBT, when we say Al-Haq, that's Arabic, it stands for the truth. When we say Ya Muhammad, that's Arabic as well, and it stands for the protector. We at the BBT see ourselves as truth protectors, and we cast our net out to all true and listeners to come and join on to us. For the truth has no size, for the truth is one, as man is with Allah. And with that, we say peace and love. Islam.
Islam.
Peace,
Peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace, peace. Peace and love, tribe. Peace, gratitude, gratitude,
Gratitude and love.
gratitude and love. Take us out, B. I'm a spirit speaking, hot seeking. I'm a spirit speaking, hot seeker.
Books with a Z.
To be by my PDF book, that's Books with the Z, where reading funds the mental. Also brought to you by BinditBooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to check out Herbs of Mayat and get your teas divinely prepared by Mayat Sons Teas, the tea of teas. Also check out BH Bay Music by Brian Hicks Bay. And for your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out MorrisHaberdash.com. For that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out Versace.com. And all of these companies are powered by Able Design Pros. Design your online business strategy.
Yay, yay.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, reaching knowledge, leaking seeds, sowing, harvest, reaping, man, breathe of me. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing, to quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's It's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not horrendous.
Ooh, man, y'all got to get that. Transportation of raw materials. You will not be let down. I'm sorry. Transportation of raw materials on all streaming platforms. My noble Brian Hicks Pay. You can ride to it. It's the bomb. I'm telling y'all, man. Transportation of raw material. Brian Hicks Bay. Peace. Peace, peace.
Yes.
Peace.